Hi guys, I'm back again, and I noticed in my other video on the bushes they're a little bit dark there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight them a little bit more just so I can hopefully that you'll see them a little better. So all I'm going to do is, if you want to highlight them a bit more, if they're too dark, you can go highlight as much as you want, just as long as you don't put too much paint on your brush so you have some control. So you just go to the tops and see, as the paint is wet, it leaves a glare, and it kind of interferes with me trying to show you these videos. But hopefully you can see this. So I'm just lightening them up for you so you can see that we can add some more highlights to these tops. And that's how you do it. So we just did the black at first, and we did green, and we just tap, 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 tap very gently. And you can wipe off some of your paint if you want to move it around a little bit more. As long as you don't have a lot of paint, you should be okay. So just play with that so I'm just hoping to get it a bit brighter for you. I don't know what the videos are going to turn out like until I upload them. So hopefully you can see those. There we go. That looks nicer actually. So now what I'm going to show you to do, what I like to show you is, let's put a little tree in here. Let's put a nice tree there. And all I use is a flat brush like this, flat Bristol, or you can use even like this sable type brush, softer, but it's still got bounce. As long as your brush has got bounce, and that's another one. So any flat brush, as long as it's got some bounce and spring to it. And this is what I did. You take your black paint and put it on one side of your brush, okay, just one side, and then flip it over and run it through the brown paint. So now you got brown paint on one side and black on the other. Now what you're going to do is take your brush and the skinny side, so I'll call this horizontal, the flat side like that, and I'll call this, the skinny side, vertical. So let's take it vertical. The brown side can be on either side, depending if you want to have the sun come this way, then you can put the brown side over there on the right side. Okay, so touch wherever you want to have your tree. Down behind the bushes is okay, because we can always put more bushes around the bottom of it anyway. So start somewhere, give yourself some room so you can have room for your tree. And I'm saying about a quarter of a way in. Touch and pull. Pull, 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 pull. Now you see the paint's coming off. That's okay. That's okay, because we're just going to get shape. And then we'll lift, 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 lift. Okay, so that's okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to reload your brush a little bit. Black on one side, brown on the other. Brown on the right. Go back over that again. Okay? So you can go back over it again now to shape it up a bit. So it's okay to go over it a few times there. All right, if you lose your brown, don't worry about it. But you can still see the two different shades there. And there's probably glare on it there now. So hopefully this helps you. So what I'm going to get you to do now is, to make it a little easier for you to get the branches and to help guide you, I use my pen. I use a pen, and I start taking out, I pull out some lines for my branches, okay? So you pull them out. It's hard to see when you're into the trees, but you pull, and there's a line, and then you take a line off of that line and wiggle it around a little bit. Another line off of that line, another line off of that line, another line off of that line, another line. So use the lines as guides. You can even take one off this bottom and bring it down here if you like, okay? And just take line off the line. And then over on this side the same way. Pull up, pull that up, and take a line off of that line and a line off of that one. You get nice little skinny branches, and you can do this up here, line off a line, and you have as many as you want. Okay, so you have some more up here. This is also going to be your guide for your branch, for your leaves, depending on how thick you want your tree. So I just did one here. Maybe we'll make it that thick. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just sort of flying by the seat of my pants. So there's your lines. That's a little bit of a help for you. And now you're going to take, this is called a script liner brush, or a liner brush. Is nice and long, okay? And you can do your branches with that. So you can also pull that through your black paint and your brown. Just pull it through it. And then take those lines. I'm just using my little pinky finger to help me keep my hand a bit steady, but don't worry about it. If you don't have to go right on the lines, just relax and go over those lines again. At least now you got a guide to help you, okay? And then I can see a couple more right there. So you want to make it a little thicker at the bottom where it comes off the tree. Just push a little harder, okay? So it makes it fatter. And then just lift up and follow those lines, just like you're drawing with your pen again, okay? So that's all you have to do. And then you do the rest, and you just fill them in. I'm not being too fussy. I'm just filling them in, because I'm going to be going over those again with some bushes and, or some tree leaves and things. So we'll hope to expose some of these. This is what we're doing them for, to expose them and to help guide you, figure out which way you're going to have to shape your tree. Alrighty, so let's keep this going. A little bit awkward for me the way I'm sitting, so hopefully you'll forgive me for my little bit of a mess here. But you follow, you know, these instructions and any other ones that you can see online, and you get all these different ideas, and then maybe you can use them to help you in your paintings. So I'm just going to fill these in. Okay, and when I fill these in, then I'm going to tap on some branches. Okay, so let's just follow those. Wee! Wee! Come on, let's go. People are waiting. Let's go. Here we go. Alright. More paint. Some people add water to their brush to make it run smoother and get it to come off better. So you can do that also if you want to put some water on your brush to make it a bit wet. That'll help you get it smoother. There we go. There we go. It looks kind of odd there now, but it kind of looks too odd. But these videos are not that easy to do. I'm not a professional video camera, so I got to go with the flow. So now we'll take our round brush, and you remember how we did these bushes down here? Well, we're going to do the same thing up on the tree. We're going to take our brush and we are going to put black paint on it, and we're going to get a basis for our tree, and we're going to use black. Yes, black. You can also add a bit of green to your black if you like. I'm just going to add the black right now to show you that I'm doing an underpainting, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to tap on. So use those tops that we just made. Go at the top of them and just tap on some of those trees. And use those as a guide for now, okay? And you can move it around a little bit. Try to leave some openings. And so use those as a guide, what you just made. And then come inside a little bit. Then go outside again, use those as a guide. And see, you tap, 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 you get some nice little shapes, okay? And there's a couple, big one down there. There we go. Okay, and you can move inside a little bit. And then use this as a guide over here. Move in a little bit. We got a cool little tree. Okay. Now, cleaning my brush so I can put some green paint on my brush, okay? So, put some green paint on there. I'm going to get a little extra paint. Alrighty. Just using some bottle paint. It's only cheap stuff. And it's good because it's good for practicing and not having to worry about if you waste it or anything, because that way you can just relax and enjoy. If you don't like your painting, you're not wasting anything, but you're learning as you go along. So now I have paint on my brush, some green paint, and we are just going to start on the right side, because if the light is coming in from over here, then it's going to brighten up everything on this side more. So let's start on the right a bit more first. So we'll just tap, just like we did with the bushes, the highlights, okay? So just on the edges there. There we go, just on the edge. I know it's probably a bit of a glare there, but I'm not sure what I could do about that. Just keep brightening up the paint for you. Alright, so just follow what you just did. Tap, 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 tap. Follow what you did. You should be able to keep some of the dark because you're not putting too much. When you get over to the left side, then you won't have as much paint on your brush. Don't put too much paint on your brush, okay? So now we will add some yellow to our dirty brush. So you lighten it up with a bit of yellow, okay? And then you just tap again on the right side of the tree. And this will help puff it up a little bit and make it look more real, make it look more enjoyable to look at. Okay, so you can see it coming to life there. I hope you can. Like I said, these videos, I don't know what they're like until I'm finished. And I know there's probably a glare. I'm hoping it's not too bad. I'm hoping it's you're able to see it. Okay, so see how that's fluffing up a bit better there now. So, and now as you got hardly any paint on your brush, now you can move around to the other side, okay? Like I said, we don't want that too, we want the other side brighter than this side. The right side be brighter. So, I have a piece missing there, but I'm going to just leave it because you guys, when you do your own tree, you shape it up the way you want it to shape up. But that's a guide to how to get it started and how to, you know, figure out where to put the leaves, and hopefully that will help you do that. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight a little bit more. There we go. So you can highlight as much as you want as long as you don't stay in one spot. Move around, move around, move around. You can move around, alright? And that's just the secret, I guess. Move around, not too much paint. It's not too bad. So I'm going to show you one more little thing now. And you take your flat brush that you use to do, no, we'll take the liner brush. Let's take the script liner brush, okay? And take some yellow paint, a little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow and brown, and just draw in some lines here to make it look like there's some light coming on that side of the tree, okay? And if you got too much paint, just wipe it off and start moving it around. Okay, and then if you got too much yellow, just go back in with some brown and rub that in there. There we go, see? So it's just a matter of sort of scrubbing it on, I guess you'd say, but this brush is very flimsy, so you're probably going to have a hard time controlling it, but see, that's not too bad, you know. Okay. So like I say, you can shape up your tree whatever way you want by using that little guideline, you know, draw it out with your pen first and just have some fun with it, and hopefully that helps you. I'm going to put a little bit of light in here. Just a little bit on the edge there, and on the edge. You know, sometimes you add these little highlights on your branches and things, and it helps bring things to life. So, little highlights here and there. A little bit more over here. Now you could do it like for hours and hours, adding highlights, and see, you just rub that on and it makes it look like it's got highlights. So hopefully you can see that now without too much of a glare. And I got to think of something else to put in there. Now maybe we'll put in a little house or a little cabin there in back in the woods there. Maybe we'll do that. I'll see. So that's a tree, and hopefully that helped you, and I will see you in the next video. Allison Pryor signing off.